one of the fastest tanks of World War II against one of the scariest monsters on the battlefield, the American Hellcat and the German Tiger. In a head-on duel, the winner seemed obvious. But what if speed and cunning mattered more than armor and firepower? The truth was not so simple. During World War II, tanks became a true symbol of power. Germany unleashed its iron beasts, the heavy Tigers. Even the most experienced Allied crews were afraid to face them. Their armor was almost impenetrable, and the 88mm gun could destroy enemies long before they got close. It seemed nothing could stop these monsters. But the Americans took a different path. Instead of armor, speed. Instead of brute force, maneuver. That's how the Hellcat was born, a tank destroyer designed to hunt predators. The M18 Hellcat was not an ordinary tank. It weighed just 18 tons, almost 3 times lighter than the Tiger. But that lightness gave it its main weapon: speed. Up to 90 kilometers per hour on the road. It was the fastest armored vehicle of the entire war. A racing car among tanks. But that speed came at a cost. The armor was so thin that even machine gun fire could penetrate its weak spots, and a direct hit from an enemy shell would turn the Hellcat into a fireball. That's why its crews knew. In a frontal fight, they had no chance. Their strength was something else: surprise, tactics, and the ability to vanish before the enemy could even turn his turret. The Tiger was the complete opposite. Nearly 60 tons of steel and armor. Its gun could knock out Allied tanks from extreme distances. In open ground, the Hellcat had no chance. One shot, and it was over. But the Tiger had a weakness. It was slow and clumsy. Its top speed was only 40 kilometers per hour, and even turning the turret took painfully long seconds. Those seconds became the Hellcat's opportunity. The American tactic was simple: never attack head-on. Instead, strike from the sides or the rear, where the armor was thinner. Hit and run. The ultimate test of this tactic came in France in 1944, during the Battle of Arracourt. Dozens of German Tigers and Panthers rolled onto the battlefield. The Americans were outnumbered. It looked hopeless. But the Hellcats acted like hunters. They burst from ambush, fired, and instantly changed position. The heavy German machines couldn't react quickly enough. In that battle, the Hellcats destroyed a large number of German tanks, proving that even a light vehicle could bring down a giant if used the right way. The Hellcat was never the most protected tank of the war. Its crews risked their lives every time they fought. But it was courage, speed, and cunning that made it legendary. The story of the Hellcat versus the Tiger reminds us. Victory doesn't always belong to brute strength. Sometimes speed decides, sometimes tactics, and sometimes the bravery of a few men against a monster.